one of my logs just rolled off. I've just got this going again. So I've been in a tent, but I've come out here, it's freezing. But it's all good. I have to get some more wood. Let me just swap torches. Uh, yeah, it's a little bit even frosty on there. Get over by the fire. Um, um, down by the water. I might get my fishing rod later. 'Cause there's loads of trout in here. But it's all freezing fog starting to come down. That dog's been barking over there all fucking night. But yeah, it's all good. Apart from I could do a few more logs for the fire. Already had them all from over that way. Tell you what. See if there's any more logs over this way. I already had them all from over that way. But it's all starting to freeze up, look. On the actual river, I don't know about this bit, but round there, it's not so bad on this bit. It's that one there, but I think it's too big for me to carry, to pull along. Oh, I don't know though. Yeah, I might be able to pull that one. These torches are brilliant. You can literally see for miles around, man. If anyone did pop out, all you've got to do is go bang right in their eye. Or you can put it on so it just strobes right in their eye. Or you can just get your big choppers out and chop them up. Didn't realise I'd burned some. Well, to be honest, I didn't realise I wouldn't sleep. And I thought, oh, I fancy a coffee. Got out and the fire was out. Well, the fire wasn't out. It was just like on its last sort of legs. Yes, put this big bit on the top and we'll be well away. Oh. So we go like that. Boom. Ooh. Yeah, that might be alright like that. It all seems to catch. That's it. Get that going under there. To be honest, the size of that, just keep me going. What I do, I put big long bits on and then just burn it off. Yeah, it's starting to kind of freeze around here. Up on the river there. Anyway, I've got the thing on. What's going on with this gas? Dog's been barking all night. Over that way. Alright. What's that radio?
It's not the one that's best, but far from it. It's not the one that you probably around. And yet, it's important as a landscape for the rest of your life and the rest of your working life, not least. So, what was your first job? The front of the mornings at Times newspaper talks about this 500,000 youngsters as a wasted generation. 500,000 didn't have that job.
It's catching, is it? Yeah, we might be lucky. Could get a fishing rod later for tonight. And then might have a little fish in here. because there's a rainbow trout in here and brown trout. In fact, I've caught many with my dad there and here. Hopefully the microphone's still working. Anyway. See any owls around here? I've heard some owls from over that way. I can take this off now. Extra bit of protection, but I don't think I'll be sleeping, so I might as well whip that off. To be honest, it's all good like that. And there we go. Again, that string, but wheelbarrow look there, another wheelbarrow. Hopefully no one nicks this one, so I'll be stashing this one. Yeah, this has come out a bit. Ooh. Basically, I've positioned myself. So if anyone comes in here, they've got to come between there and there, right in this bit here. And to be honest, all you got to do is zap them in the eyes with this. They won't be able to see a thing, but or batter them with the frying pan. Scald them with boiling hot water. If that doesn't work, you can always chop them up with a chopper, chop them on the fire. Now I've heard a few noises over that way, where that mad little tent is. I've heard a few things creeping around here, which is obviously animals. Anyway, the kettle's boiling. I only washed that the other day. That bird shit on it already. Milk. We need some milk. I've got some fresh milk, but I've also got some long life milk as well, so I'll use this.
As much meat as you wanted, and cut out the carbos, but eat as much meat as you wanted. And you thought, well, it can't go wrong. You know, if I can have a steak for breakfast, steak for lunch, steak for tea, I'm going to lose weight. but man shall not live by meat alone. So, what's the diet that you followed that worked for you?
I put no coffee in yet, before I put it in there. There we go. I don't know what the time is. What's the time? 2:10. I did get in there. I was going to get my head down, but I fancied a coffee, and when I got out, the fire was just about to go out, so I thought, well, I'll stay up and get the fire going and have a nice coffee. Got some burgers as well. I might have some more burgers. I've got some chicken burgers and some beef burgers.
One that's rich in vegetables, legumes, another word for vegetables, ancient grains, and fermented foods.
Yeah. Where's my other torch? Two out there. 2 torches. He's never eaten meat or fish. He doesn't know what he's missing. Yeah, you can zap people in the eyes with these. Yeah, it's starting to freeze out here. I don't know if you can see that around here. How's the fire going? Yeah, that'll smoulder away. Can't be bothered getting any more. Filled this up. This goes like a good one. A paraffin brass lantern. Smokes a bit though. See, as soon as the sun comes out, look, it's drenched, look. But on the inside, it's nice and dry. Obviously, I've got like a double skin. But yeah. As soon as the sun comes up, I'll whip that top off. It's going to be another sunny day in Kent. It would make me jump if I had loads of splashing water though. Does that mean something's coming through there? Where I've positioned myself, look, I'll show you. Not that I'm paranoid or anything, but obviously there's certain places that are better to position yourself than others. Where I am, they've got to come through water if anyone's coming here. In fact, it would have been good to get in now. What I sometimes do, what I did last year, was came down with my streamer during the day, sort of streamed myself a little area. Yeah, I really want to be fishing over there. Over there. Over that way. I'm going to have to stash this, I think. Take it all down and stash it and then set it back up again. Because I'm too out in the open here, where I am. People walk along there. There's a footpath goes right along that bit there. And obviously the person that's got the needles over there in that little weird little camp, where I had my camp, they've got a little sort of walkway that comes out there, which can bring them right here. Not that I've heard anyone over there, but I've got their syringe anyway. And I've spoken to the police. We'll have to have another look over there in a minute. Very very strange little camp. Anyway. Very quiet. All I've heard is that dog over there barking all night. Yeah, I'll get the fishing rod down later. I'll have a little fish along this bit. There's loads of trout in here. Rainbows and browns. In fact, you could put your tent there, look. That'd make a nice little area there. In fact, somebody must have been camping here before, because I've managed to find somebody's water stashed up. Not that I've been drinking it, I brought my own. This bit here. Don't know if you can see that. Misty stuff. swimming there. Yeah, there was some wood up here. Some dead bits. That's where that camp is, right through there. Especially leaving your syringes out here. How irresponsible. Even more irresponsible though is a girl from Kent Police. Well, make a decision and do what you want to do down there, she said to me. I said, well, I've got ADHD, mate. I said, I'm waiting for you to tell me. She said, you do what you think sensible. I said, what, so you're not going to advise me nothing then? She said, nope. I said, right, well, I'm just going to take it. Can't leave syringes down here. Kids and that play down here. In fact, there we go, look. We got here. Be mad if someone suddenly popped out now. No one's going to pop out. I'd know if anyone was watching me or anyone was even near me. It could be someone over there or whatever. Who knows? But I suppose as far as they'll get. Ah, look, some nice bits here, look. I should have bought me wheelbarrow. Everything's dying, I don't know what's going on. With the trees in my village, all the trees are dying, I don't know why. I'm going to need to start asking some questions. Why are all the trees dead? I'm out here all the time, you see. And I'm noticing all the trees have been dying. All of them. I don't know what's going on. Why are all the trees dying? I haven't got a clue. The fuck's that over there? An oil barrel. Yeah. Some kind of barrel. I think I'm not going to be able to carry much more. Possibly. That's about it, I think. Possibly these little bits. If we're lucky. Get back and there's someone eating me burgers. That'd be a shock. Again, I've got someone over there who's nicked my campsite. The other one. And the fire's still going. Very soggy underfoot here. So that's nearly frozen, but not quite. I don't want to fall in now. Not that it's very deep. Well, you can drown in any amount of water, but not that it's very deep. It doesn't need to be really. There we go, look. Try and get some of these on the go. There we go. It's lovely and warm, all these embers. What we need to do is snap these big bits up. A bit in there. What we got here? Yeah, that go nicely there. That should keep me going for a while. Oh. No. Need to be Bruce Lee to chop some of this up. Yeah. Keeps going. Oh. That should do us to the... Well, no. I don't think that will do us. I don't know. Till the sun comes up. Anyway. Can hear birds or something. Not many owls. All the owls are right over there. But I've heard some owls coming from that direction. Anyway, that's coming along nice. Look now. What you've got to do is you've got to put all your... The best way to produce heat in that is to put all your logs going the same way. A lot of people make a mistake and just throw it all on. But yeah, have it all going the same way. Little tip for you. Anyway, it's time we grab that coffee. All the trees are dead, man. What's going on? That's coming along nicely now.
Think about, surely sometimes
Oh.
good to get back to good old
That coffee's lovely. I haven't got a seat to sit on though. Sit on the wheelbarrow, look. This is all still pinned out. Shut these little vents, I think. Lovely and warm in there. Might have some burgers, I don't know, we should do some burgers on that. I could do the burgers on there, you see. Where's that grill? I didn't want to put me new kettle on there because it's all shiny underneath, but my frying pan's already sooty, so but where's the grill? There's a metal grill around here somewhere. Is it over here? Underneath my wheelbarrow? No? It was. Not that I have to have a metal grill because what you got to do is like rest it on the top. Like that. What we're going to do first is give it a good clean out. For starters. What do we need? And we need some burgers. I've already had 4 burgers. Do. We'll just whack that on there. Nice and hot. Chopper. Opening me burgers. Hold on a second. Smoking that is. That's the one. $2.30. It's $2.30. Got this little radio out tonight. Conchain. Not that we've been talking to anybody. Oh. There we go. Lovely. Just keep feeding that along. Um, it's starting to warm up out here now. When I first got out here, it was freezing. It was starting to freeze, but it's starting to feel a bit warmer out here now. Got a nice pink moon over there. That's about alright. Um, if we need. Oh, a dog stopped barking over there.
This is the night club on BBC Radio 5 Live, and there are issues and apologies to all my listeners who have inadvertently
Right. They're about done.
so going back to bed. It was Rob not inventing the alarm. You see what I did there, Rob?
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody's got to take the
Yeah, then, Mary, you're right with it. I'm all right with it. How you with it?
Gonna tip that fat all over the fire. And then I'm gonna put some water in there just to
Which is slotless scale.
clean it out a bit. All I'm doing there is just cleaning it out a bit. Yeah. There you go.
And the Evel Knievel doll, has it? Because he kept breaking all his bones, didn't he? So is it? Can you break off its bones?
Well, I wouldn't know because I've never opened it. I've also got a little rare.
Yeah, I might get that water stash that somebody stashed over there. I found somebody's water stashed over here. Not that I'm going to drink it, but I can use it to put my fire out later. I was walking around there earlier. Where was it? Yeah, still starting like freezy mist across there. I don't know if you can see that. There's like a weird slow mist. There we are there. That dog's still barking over there. Not many fish jumping about tonight. Gets to about May. All the fish start jumping out of there. At night, you can hear them splashing around, but I've had no splashes tonight. Yeah. You've got rainbow trout, brown trout. Yeah, here I think it was. Yeah. So we'll be taking that, put the fire, to put the fire out. Could we salvage any more firewood? Oh, no, that ain't coming with us, that's for sure. Need loads of firewood, but then again, I suppose most people would go to sleep, wouldn't they? Jump in there. I've swam all in there before. In fact, I probably learned to swim. My brother threw me in years ago. I was down here with my two brothers when I was a kid. And my sister. I think, no, it'd just be two brothers, I think. Right in there. It's all good though. I'm quite a good swimmer. Very good swimmer. Then again, my dad was a submariner, so obviously I'm going to be able to swim. And I was a Sea Scout. How about that? We'll have some trout out of here later. People's houses over there. That way. I say that, they're still miles away. Four minutes in this one. Yeah, it's all not that I'm gonna drink that, but you probably could. 79%. Go. Trying to snap some of this off, maybe. Yeah, there we go. Look. That bit needs to be lifted across, like that. And this bit. For a bit. Anyway, I'll be back in about 10 minutes.